Hello, team. Hope everyone is well. We are live for our day 5 mobility challenge. Just give everyone some time to log in, say hi, pop it into the chat or the comment section there. Just tell me where you're from. We've had people from all over, which has been really, really awesome. And today being the last day, yes, it's the last day. I can't believe these 5 days have gone by so quickly. We've had some amazing responses to this, of how just 2 days of solid mobility work has made a big difference. So super chuffed to hear that. And yeah, it does just show how these small things we sometimes neglect can really, really make a big difference. So well done, guys. Keep up at it and hang around for today. We are going to have an amazing opportunity for you guys. But yeah, pop in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Just a reminder, there is also, there is also that link on screen just to make sure that you've registered so you can get the replays and all the rest. So please just do that. And let me know how you've found the last 5 days. I know that it is a lot to take in, right? And I think this is the thing, is that people think that you have to do all of this, and that's definitely not the case. And I'll go through a little bit later on how you can implement this into your daily or weekly schedule, right? Because who has time to do 20 minutes of or 30 minutes of intense mobility every single day? No, I definitely don't. So I don't know anyone else who does. So we implement it in specific ways in and around your running. So stick around and I'll help you guys with some of that as well. Looking forward to today. Thanks, Mark. Nice to see you here. Mark is from Lansing in Michigan. Awesome. Welcome, Mark. I been to Michigan, but I was about 18 years old when I went. I worked at a summer camp there. So nice to have you with us today. I know you guys are heading into your cooler months. It is definitely our warmer months. We've been hitting some insane weather here. It is extremely, extremely warm. So if you see the sweat dripping off my face, that is why. So no, good, guys. So happy to be here for today. We'll get started on the hour with a nice warm-up. And as I mentioned yesterday, we are doing hip mobility again, right? Because hip mobility is just so important for runners. We did it on day 2, but I just wanted to reiterate a lot of hip work that we do. Conrad is in Brisbane, Australia. Excellent, Conrad. I know I sound like I'm bragging here. I'm not, but I was literally just in the Sunshine Coast. My brother lives out that way, so I was there in August. It was really, really great to visit that side. And Helen, also, you're very welcome for doing this challenge. It was great. I've loved it as well. And I've really been so surprised to see all the responses as well. I mean, I knew that this is going to be good. I knew that it's going to make an impact, but to see how much impact it's made with some people who have neck pain and hip pain, it's just been amazing. So I've had such an amazing week doing this. Thank you, Donna, as well, North Texas, and Pat in the Netherlands, and Jennifer in Iowa in the USA. So awesome, guys. Again, I mean, I love that. We've literally got Australia, Europe, USA, South Africa, and I know that Shamala is based in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken, Shamala. So yeah, again, we've got people from all over, which is awesome. So excited to have you here. Thanks, Nicole. Nice to have you guys here. Let me know, just pop in the chat if you want to, around what's been the coolest day for you, whether it was the hip mobility, the foot and ankle, which is my favorite personally. That is definitely my favorite. And then yesterday's upper body, and of course another hip day today. Sure. Excuse me. And Kuma, welcome from Botswana. And again, I'm not being funny. I was literally in Botswana in February. It was very cool as well. Beautiful, beautiful country. So just so you guys are aware. Good, guys. Stick around, please, because we're obviously going to do our hip mobility, but I've got an amazing opportunity for you guys here as well. Pat, foot and ankle, definitely my favorites as well. So yeah, if people want to go back and watch those, that was day 3, if I'm not mistaken. So nice to have you with us, Brian. I know you well from our strength sessions, and Emma as well from the UK. All right, guys. So we're just about ready to get started. Let's do that. Let's warm up, and then we can get cracking for our day 5. I'm actually slightly disappointed that we're finishing, but as I mentioned, nice big opportunity for you guys coming up. All right, so, sorry, I lost my shoe. I'm going to just slip my flip-flops off. Okay, let's start warming up. As As always, we're going to start with our leg swings. So forward and back leg swings here. Hold on to something for some balance. And again, just remember to focus that we're keeping our upper bodies upright. And here we're going into hip flexor. And here we're going into hamstring, right? Start off gently and then build up as you go along. We want to do at least 10 on each side. If you are feeling a bit stiff and sore, you spend a bit more time there. You don't have to rush. You start gently and we build up the pace as we go along. Make sure your hips are facing forward so that we don't turn our bodies. Good. And then from there, we lift up and we go side to side or side and across the body. Here, focusing on the adductor. That's it. And again, we want to do at least 10 on each side there. Good. Take your time. Don't rush that. Again, keeping the hips facing forward over here. All right. While you're holding onto something for balance, let's go into our glutes. So one leg up across the other. Figure 4 and sit yourself down. And same thing onto the other side. Feel that stretch in the glutes, but don't hold it as a static stretch for too long. And again, here we're looking to do at least 6 to 8. So you guys just feel where you're stiff and sore. And really important with that glute one, remember we want to sit down. We don't want to bend our upper body over. You want to push your bum down. All right. Good job. 6 to 8 of those on each side. No rushing there. Concentrate also that your knee is away from your chest. So don't let it pop up here. It's a tight piriformis we need to get rid of. And push that knee down. All right. From there, we are going into our hamstrings. So heel on the ground, toes facing up, knee nice and straight, and both hands reaching down and scooping the ground. And we swap sides onto the other side. Same thing on the other side. And again, the goal here being that you want your leg to stay straight, not necessarily to touch the ground. Obviously, you can go further and further each rep, but make sure that the leg stays straight. That is the focus there. And here again, we want to do at least 6 to 8 on each side. Don't rush that either. You also want to stand up straight. So once you've gone down, stand up straight, do the other side. So we're just getting that extension in the hips. 6 to 8 on each side. Okay. All right, so I'm going to add in a nice little new one for us today with the warm-up. So you're going to have your feet together. You're going to put your arms across your chest. Okay, and from here, you're just going to relax the knees. Don't lock your knees, just keep them relaxed. And you're going to push your bum back as if you're going to try and touch the wall. So let me show you over here. I'm going to try push my bum back so at least I'm touching the wall. But you're not straightening or locking your knees. Touch the wall behind you. So bum goes back. Dig your heels into the ground. You'll feel the hamstrings at the back. Try and keep your shoulders straight. We're just going to do 5 to 6 of these. Good. All right, once you've done 5 of those, you should feel that all on the posterior chain. We're just going to get stuck into our calves. So again, lean up against something. I've got this trusty treadmill here. Okay, you're going to push, don't have your bum sticking out, tuck your bum in, and over here pushing up onto the toe and down onto the other side. Full range of motion, so up and down, keeping that bum tucked in, don't let the bum stick out. And the first 5, nice and easy. The second 5, we can pick up the pace a little bit. That's good. And then once you've done those, let's just get into our lower back, because we are going to focus on the hips today. So lying flat on your mat, arms out to the side, keep the shoulders flat, knees and feet together, and gently dropping both knees to the ground, keeping the shoulders down and back up to the other side. Oh, I can feel that in my lower back. That's so nice. Keeping the knees together. And again, you want to do this in a controlled way. So don't just drop. Control both knees down and coming back up. That's it. A couple of people mentioned their neck injuries and so on. You know, then the mobility has really helped them, so that is amazing. So before we get started in today's class, I just want to give you guys this awesome opportunity to continue to build the momentum that you have built so far. It's not something that you do as a once-off. We want to carry on building this momentum. So if you stick with me here for 2 seconds. All right, so we have put together a very special offer as a result of this mobility challenge. We have a Coach Parry training club, and that training club is made up of 5 parts. I'm going to go into detail on each of these now. The first part is the training frameworks. The second part is the Coach Parry training app. The third is our strength and mobility, which you guys have been doing. And the fourth is our coaching team. And the fifth part is our Coach Parry community. So let's go into those. The training frameworks, we have over 100 training frameworks for you to choose from so that you can structure all your training properly and so that you can recover from all of your sessions. They're super simple to deploy so that you can train at the right pace and walk when you need to, and just so that you know exactly what you need to be doing. Everything is included, so that the only thing you guys need to think about is being consistent. The second aspect is our Coach Parry training app. Here you have a drop and drag training schedule where you can make all of these things fit into your busy life. It syncs with your fitness device so you can track your progress over time. And here you also get access to our extensive library of all our content. So they have 782 videos and podcasts on the app. Super convenient to use, whether on your web browser or on our iOS or Android app. The third part, my favorite, the strength and mobility training, right? So we live stream 7 classes per week so that you can do all the strength and mobility that's beneficial to you to make you stronger and reverse the effects of aging for those of you who are over the age of 50. Here you get live feedback from our highly qualified strength and conditioning coaches so you don't get injured. Dev, who's on screen there, is one of our coaches. He has worked with Olympic athletes in different sports. He's also worked with tons of recreational and elite runners as well. And here you're going to get, if you don't make the live session, you get access to the recording so that you don't miss out if you can't make it live. These classes are amazing because in the same way that we haven't been able to do all of these sessions every day, you're not going to be able to maintain that. We combine our strength and mobility so that you're getting what you need when you need it and you don't feel overwhelmed with everything. Number 4 is our coaching team. You get access to our team of highly qualified coaches and experts, so you know you're getting assistance from a trusted source. You've met me this week. I hope you've got some benefit, some value out of doing this block or this week and this challenge. We also have an on-team dietitian as well as a rehab specialist and team of coaches. And you also then get access to a weekly live group coaching call. So you get face-to-face time with the coaches so you can get help in real time. You also get access to our forums, which allows you to chat to a coach daily if you need to, so that you're never alone on your journey. The fifth part is my second favorite part after the strength and mobility, is the Coach Parry community. It is just amazing. You get access to a community of over 3,600 runners from around the world like this who are on the same journey that you are, so that you can help keep you motivated and accountable. Because it's a closed group, there's no trolls. So what I mean by that, right? You know these groups. You've been on them on Facebook where you ask a question. Before you know it, you've got a million answers and you don't know which one to trust. Our group isn't like that. Our coaches are giving the expert, but you're getting good support from your fellow colleagues within the group. It is extremely positive because your success is everyone's success. So you'll be getting the exact system that we've personally used to help thousands of runners to run faster and remain pain and injury free. Just like Bob. Bob is 75, or he's almost 75, and he managed to run a 1 hour, 59 minute, 10-second half marathon at the age of 75, which is amazing. Or like Charmaine, who ran a 10K of 49 minutes, 20 seconds. She's the fastest time probably since I had my twins 7 years ago, which is awesome. So stoked. Or like Roland, who was aiming for his Comrades qualifiers, aiming for a sub-4, and he landed up running 3:40 with a massive positive split. Or he said 52 positive splits, so not too bad actually. So well done to Roland. If you'd like us to help you implement all of this that we've gone over, everything that you've experienced this week right away, and save you months or even years of trial and error, we'd be absolutely delighted. But by now you're probably wondering about the price, right? So if you had to work with myself or one of our other coaches, you'd be paying around $300 a month. That's around $3,600 a year. Again, I'm speaking in dollars just because we have people from all over the world. If you had to get a personal trainer just to do the strength and conditioning sessions, all of these things that I've been talking about this week, you're looking at between $40 and $70 per session. That's $6,000 per year. I personally think that the Coach Parry Training Club, yes, I'm biased, is easily worth the same, if not more to you. The good news is obviously that's not what we're going to charge. Currently on our website, 12 months access to the Coach Parry Training Club is selling for $564 or 10,000 Rand if you're in South Africa. But because, guys, you've invested in this week and you've been part of this mobility challenge, we've put together a very special deal for you to help you, to give you 30% off one of our monthly plans. Can click on coachparry.com/offer. There should be a link in the comments chat over there. And guys, let me just say this. We have a zero risk guarantee. Try it out. Give it a go for 30 days. If you don't like it, you go, Shona, you know, it's really great, but it really isn't for me. We will give you your money back. 100% money back within 30 days if you are not happy. All right, so coachparry.com/offer. One last thing before we get back into the mobility is that the price goes back to normal. This special ends on Sunday, the 29th of October at 10 p.m. South African time, okay? So save 30% now on this deal. Go to coachparry.com/offer. And let me just mention, Sunday's my birthday, okay? So you guys can make my birthday really awesome. All right, so Sunday's my birthday, and the deal does go back up. The deal closes on Sunday. All right, so the link is in your in the comments over there. Let's get cracking and finish off our last hip mobility session, guys. And really, if I can just reiterate that, I mean, you guys have made such good strides so far. Don't stop there, okay? Hip mobility. So let's start getting some movement in our hips. I want you guys to pretend that there is a hurdle about knee height, okay? And you're going to keep your hips facing forward. You're going to lift that leg up and over the hurdle and pop it back down and lift it back and around. And same thing on the other side, up and over and back and around. Try and keep the hips facing forward, okay? Up and over and back and around. Guys, if there are any particular questions that you want answered, I'll answer a couple afterwards. And then also you can email support@coachparry.com, and they'll be able to help you with any questions with regards to this. But for now, let's keep the momentum going. Just loosening up these hips a little bit before we get started again. Up and over that hurdle and back and around. All right. Helen, happy birthday for tomorrow. Woohoo! Very excited to have that, and I'm so chuffed that we already have a few members on our challenge this week. They can vouch for the things that we do. Okay, right foot down those, guys. Let me just check what we're doing next. Okay. So we've got a little bit of movement in those hips now. Remember on Tuesday we did knee drops, okay? So what I want you guys to do here is seated. I'll change my camera angle now just to give you guys a better view there. But we want to have our feet wider than our hips. Okay, so the biggest mistake I see people make is it's too close together, slightly wider than hips. And really important here is I don't want you sitting like this. Use your fingertips behind you just to hold up your posture. The difference is what we're going to do today is on Tuesday, we only did the internal rotation. What I want you to do today is we're going to do both. So we're going to both drop both knees down to the side. So there we go, both knees down. You can see here, I'm not compensating. Keep that bum bone on the ground. Come back up to the center and both knees down. Okay, try not to be doing that, any arching. Make sure both of your bum bones are sticking to the ground. You can do it with a straight posture, hands up. Cool. If you can't, fingertips behind you and gently dropping both down. This is a really, really effective way to see where your strength or weakness lies there. Okay. So try and control dropping down. As I mentioned the other day, I have really, really good internal rotation, but my external rotation is quite poor. So we want to just make sure that we are getting both. So we want to do 10 to each side. Again, slow and controlled. Feel the strengths and weaknesses on your for yourself. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to move my screen over here so I can see what we are doing. There we go. Okay, next up, we're going to continue with that, and I'm going to give you a progression on that. Okay, so our screen is what I was going to change. So as you are in these knee drop situations, right? So again, as I mentioned, my internal rotation is much better than my external. I mean, look at that. And I can feel, even on the other side, that one's a little bit better. But try and get a feel for that so you know which one you want to take forward. Okay, we're going to try to progress this a little bit now. You're going to drop both knees down and bring yourself up, right? So both knees down, driving my hips up. See if you can do that. If you can't, you are welcome to give yourself a little bit of a push. So both knees down, give yourself a bit of a push up and dropping down. I just wanted to see if you guys can manage that. If you can't, you are welcome just to, so from here, both knees down, driving the hips up. See if you can use your arms to get you up. This is a very strong hip mobility position. All right, so if you can't get yourself up just naturally, use your hands to drive yourself up. If we want to start getting our hips to move a little bit forward. Try one or two and see if you're struggling or managing that. Let's be positive, let's be glass half full, and just do 2 to 3 on each side. Let me take a breather. Let me have some water. All right. Good. Shake it out a little bit, guys. Have some water. Let's make sure that we are hydrating nicely. Okay, next one. We did a similar frog stretch when we did upper body yesterday, or child's pose, essentially, right? So where you will have your feet together and your knees slightly out, right? So that me not face my back to you, right? And what I want you guys to do here, instead of having your feet flat, just tuck those toes in underneath you. So we're working on some of the foot aspects again. Try and have your knees wide, okay? So your knees are going to be wide, like so, right? So you actually see my feet through there. So in that V sort of position. And from here, we're going to sit ourselves down onto our heels. Oh, that's not a good movement. Sorry, that was a bad example. You want to try and keep your back straight. Right, you don't want to round too much over there. You can't keep your back straight, bring your hands a little bit closer. And if it's really hurting your toes, drop the toes down and just sit yourself down. You want to feel this in your groin or in the adductors. But by keeping the back straight, we see, and I'm curving a little bit there. You want to tuck that in. And we're just going to do 5 to 8 of these. And you should be feeling it on the inside of the groin or on the adductors. So just do 5 to 8, again, within your limits of where you are at. Okay. Good, guys. We've made such good progress this week, so keep it up. We're coming to my favorite mobility exercise, and all of them, aside from the world's greatest stretch, this is probably my favorite one, because I suck at it and I've worked quite hard at it and it's gotten a little bit better. Okay. If you guys have, if you struggled when we did our deep squats the other day, so you know when we did this deep squats, if you struggled to go as low, I want you guys to just grab 2 books or 1 book, whatever. Just grab 2 books nearby, and you're just going to put them on the ground, and you're just going to put your heels on them. So let me just show you that from the side. You're not going to stand on the book, you're just going to put your heel on the book. That is just going to give you a little bit more ankle mobility to allow you to go a bit deeper. Okay, so you're going to put both heels on those books, just to give you a little bit more range of motion. All right. Okay, but before you go and do anything, all right, we are going to squat down. So again, feet wider than hips, a little bit wider than usual, toes pointing outwards, not sideways, just almost 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock sort of position. And then we're going to squat ourselves down. So as low as you can go, okay, and you're going to hold that position, but then what you're going to do is elbows pushing the knees out, so we're not conking in, and then from there you're going to put one hand on the ground and reach the other hand up to the ceiling. Make sure your eyes follow, back down, and then the other side, up, without letting this knee drop, and come back down. Use your elbows, push those knees out, and we're going to do 3 to 5 on each side, depending on how much your quads can handle, how much your knees can handle. Remember, if you are only squatting to about here, That's fine. I don't mind. Just try and keep your chest up, hand down, reach up. Okay. So we can regress those exercises as well. Helen, really hurts my left knee, struggle on this one. Is that this one? Is this the squats one? If it does hurt your left knee, is that one or the one we did before? Then just really cut yourself back. Don't squat all the way down. And what I'm looking for then is really just a rotation. So what you can almost do, if that's hurting, Helen, is I want you to do this one. Have your hands like we did at the beginning. And I just want you to rotate your body without dropping the hips. Right? So hold your body here and rotate and come back around and rotate it out, straightening one leg. Right? Excellent exercise for golfers as well. So for those of you who struggle with that squat, this is a great exercise just to get some rotation in our hips. So just 3 to 5 of those guys. Rest a little bit in between. Once you've done your 3 to 5, you can stand up again, shake the legs out, have some water. Okay, so that's a nice variation, Helen, for you if the squat is hurting you. For everyone else, we can just work more and more into that squat. Okay, the books help. They give you a little bit more range. All right, let's try another variation of the squat, but this is going to hit our hamstrings. Really showing that hamstrings are linked to everything, or all the muscles are linked to everything. All right, so wider than usual squats. I'm going to do this to the side first. We're going to squat ourselves down, touch your toes over here, and then push your bum up in the air and drop your head. So don't look up there. Drop your head. Sit yourself down as low as you can and drop your head. We're just going to do 5 of these. If you can only manage 3, that is also okay. And one where you sit up from the knee. Okay, so, sorry, Helen. Okay, that's cool. So then that's fine. Sorry, I mixed it up. So this one, when you're sitting up, this one, that's fine. Then just don't do that. Leave the progression out, and then all you're going to do is that. Okay, so those of you who struggled with that progression one of the knee drop, where we did this and we stood up, just leave it out there. You don't have to do that. Rather just do the other exercises that we've been doing. Okay, but I've given a nice progression or regression for the squat one anyways. But guys, it's a really good idea to start getting yourselves into the squat position. I'm not even joking when I say to you, about 3 years ago, when I squatted, I would squat about this low. I would get there, and I couldn't go any lower at all. And it's my ankle mobility, but it's also just getting into that position. So once or twice a week, I'd find something heavy, and I would sit down holding it in front of me like that. And it just allows you to get into that deep position without having to hold yourself. Obviously, you can see I'm falling back. It's just a really nice way to start moving within these positions. Okay. Good, guys. All right, and then last exercise for today. You can take a guess as to which one it is. It is, of course, our world's greatest stretch. Okay. Let me say this as well, or I'll say that afterwards. Okay. All right. So let's go into our world's greatest stretch. If there's one exercise you get from this, it should be this one, and then pick a secondary favorite exercise. Okay. Hopefully, before we start, hopefully you have seen small improvements in your world's greatest stretch from day one, right? So, as an example, if you were only being able to put your elbow here, hopefully you're able to go a little bit lower now. That's the goal. And of course, this mobility is going to change depending on what activity you're doing, how much long running you've been doing, how much training you've been doing. Okay. Let's start. Right foot forward, right? Left hand in line with that right foot. From a side view, you can have that left knee on the ground. Make sure that it's far away from that front foot though. Okay. If you want to give it a go today, try and lift that left knee off the ground, but without pushing your bum in the air. You see the difference there? Right, so from here, left knee off the ground. Give that a go today. Left hand in line, right elbow down to the inside of the right ankle. Hold it for 1-2 seconds, reaching that hand up. Make sure our eyes follow, so we rotate our torso. Don't just fling the arm up. 1-2 seconds. We're going to do 5 on each side. Don't rush. Right? Some people get into the rhythm. It's not a rhythm thing. It's a mobility. We want to push our body a little bit further with each rep. Okay. Concentrate while you're doing that. Focus that this front leg isn't leaning over to the side. Right? No leaning Tower of Pisa over here. Right? You want a nice strong structure. And from here, you also want to push down into the heel. You don't want to lean forward onto the toes. Okay. 5 on each side. Some of you might have swapped over to the other side. So left foot forward, right hand in line. Lift that right knee off the ground. Do it sideways for you guys. Sorry, I'm turning the wrong way now, but right, you want to be in that position. Elbow down to the inside of the left ankle, not leaning forward, leaning down. And reach up and rotate that torso or your chest and hold that for 1 to 2 seconds. All right, Donna, yes, in your knees, it is probably a combination, okay, of the two, of the arthritis and the quads. And very often when knees are hurting, it's a weakness in the quads and that the quads are too tight, okay? So for that sitting up one, that is just a progression, right? Or just off there, we don't need to do that. Just take these things step by step. Obviously, if it's sore, we don't want to push in that area, okay, guys? We don't want to be pushing beyond any kind of pain. And this is really, this mobility challenge has been so much fun this week, but this is really where the value of what we do lies is, if in the strength sessions, I'm sitting there and I'm watching your technique, and so are some of the other coaches to make sure that you're doing these exercises properly so we can guide you so that then when you do have something that hurts or something that doesn't feel right, we can guide you and give you a regression. So that is really the value of what we do, guys. And so if you want to take advantage of this awesome opportunity, you guys have made such good sort of movements and where we're at. And so I don't want you to lose that momentum. So click on that link that is in the comments section there. The offer does end on Sunday, on my birthday. And so, would really, really love to continue to help you guys feel better, run better. I mean, those are just two awesome things. So, but yeah, that's what I have to say, guys. If there are any questions, I know I answered a few through the session. Awesome, guys. Some awesome comments here. Thank you so much. So I'm just reading through. So yeah, really, really great comments here, guys. And nice to have some of our members on the day as well. So thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, Sandra, for that, guys. This has been an awesome week. I've loved this, and I've really, really loved having you guys experience how small things in mobility can make a difference. Let me just say this. Obviously this isn't feasible to do what we've done every day. I'm a realist, okay? That's not life. If I can give you some advice on this, aside from joining the training club, the Coach Parry Training Club, is pick a few of these exercises that you struggled with. Pick the world's greatest stretch. That should be the non-negotiable. And then pick 2 or 3 other exercises from the foot day and maybe the upper body day and do those religiously. I can assure you that it's going to change your running. And we've seen it just this week already. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us, for taking the time to join us this week. It's been really, really awesome to have you. I hope you got value from it all. I've really enjoyed it. And so I hope you guys got a ton of value from it. We love doing this. Thank you for the wishes over there. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the training club so we can get to interact more. Have an awesome weekend, team. Thank you so much. Chat soon.